This Champions Real Estate team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Service Ambassador Real Estate Company. My name is Mark Wehner, the team leader here, Champions Real Estate team. So we jump on every Wednesday, kind of around the lunch hour, and give you a rundown on what's going on in the real estate market. Usually joining me is Russ Williams, but he's actually in Detroit getting training for the mortgage stuff. But he did give me a report, so I'll give you that once we get to that point. But every time we do want to give a quick tip of what's going on. So my quick tip for today is on our website, championsrealestateteam.com, as you pull it up here. So on the main homepage, just down here on the sidebar, we have our home buyer's guide. And clicking on that, that pulls you into, obviously, the home buyer's guide. One thing I want to highlight in that is there's a home buyer's property evaluation checklist in that on page 6. And this basically gives you all the rundown of pretty much most everything that you want to look at when you're looking at a home. So, sometimes maybe if you haven't bought a house in a long time, or if you're a first-time buyer, I actually teach a real estate continuing education class just on these 2 pages. I talk 3 hours about everything that's on these 2 pages here. So this is a great resource when you're kind of getting the ball rolling, looking to get in the house. And then, what do I look for in a home? You may have somebody that goes with you, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, whoever that's, maybe bought a house before. But just to educate yourself, there's a lot of different things on here, to think about that you don't know what you don't know. But this stuff will kind of bring that to light. And if you have more questions, that's what we're here for at Champions Real Estate Team, is to be a resource of getting you the information that you need when you have questions on these, and we can go over these two pages. So it's a great resource on our championsrealestateteam.com website. It's free. Basically, just click it, pulls right up in our Google Share and our Google Docs here. But checking average utilities over the last year, real estate taxes, condos and HOAs. Getting the last 3 meeting minutes. So what's going on in those meetings, because those sellers that are selling their home may not go to the HOA meetings or the condo meetings, and they may not know that they're going to be replacing the siding next year, and it's going to be in a special assessment that's going to cost you, the new homeowner, money to do that. They spread that out over all the all the members of the HOA, but that's just pertinent information that you need to know. And some people, you just don't know to ask those questions. But with this home buyer evaluation checklist, it's great. It talks about neighborhood, obviously miscellaneous stuff, and then the property itself, and all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, just want to give you a quick tip on that. So once again, you just jump onto our website here, championsrealestateteam.com. Right down here on the right, there's a home buyer guide and a home seller guide. So if you're thinking of selling your house, you got one of those as well here to jump on for you. But if you have any questions, reach out to me here at Champions Real Team, 402-672-7670. But let's jump into what we want to talk about, what's going on in the real estate market. So we're starting to see, the market is picking up. Obviously, it's great weather out there to go look at houses this weekend coming up. So looking at the statistics, we had 400 new listings go live in the last 7 days, which was typical about this time. Last week, we had 450. Week prior to that, we had about 350. So we're kind of in that 350 to 450 range right now. As the weather gets nicer, you're going to see spring break. People are going to take vacations, sometimes in that time, and sometimes people are coming into town to look to get a house. But contracts written at 378, so that number's right, a little bit above what we were last week. We're at like 300. We'll start seeing that number as more buyers get in the marketplace. Obviously more homes are coming on, but we still are in a lack of inventory, which we'll see on our next graph. Still under that 3-month supply of inventory, which deems it kind of a seller's market through there. So we had 209 happy new homeowners this last week who closed on their new home. So congratulations to them. Yeah, so let's jump into the 30,000 foot view here. Pull this one up. This will show us kind of what the has gone on in the Douglas or the Omaha and Lincoln area. So our Omaha Lincoln MLS has merged. So perspective, when I got my license 16 years ago, we had about 5,500 to almost 6,000 homes in the Omaha, just the Omaha MLS. Right now we're at 2,350. 2,355 is where we're at. So huge swing in that 16-year period. And over the last 5 years, I sent a quarterly market analysis to all my sphere, my friends, family, clients, things of that sort. And I always kind of just touch base. In the last 5 years, we've had a 47.2% increase in the average sold price. So that's kind of looking at your appreciation over the last couple of years. So, great time. We're seeing that obviously with the low inventory, is driving prices up, which in turn is gaining more equity in our houses for those that have been in there. So if you're kind of waiting for rates to go down, you don't know if they are going to go down. It's time just to capitalize on some of that appreciation, over time through there. So narrowing it down in the Omaha metro area, we have about 1,412 active listings in the Omaha MLS and the Douglas-Suffolk County area. And then we have, breaking that number down a little bit further, we have 527 existing homes, and then we have 885 new construction homes. So separating out, I mean, for almost 1 million people, roughly, a little less than that in the Omaha metro area, we only have 500 houses to basically go look at, and that's all price points. So that's why we're saying we still have that low inventory, but it's still a great time to buy. We're seeing a lot of, off-market deals as well. Berkshire Hathaway having one of the largest market shares. We have what we call broker exclusive listings. So that means basically a Berkshire agent can list a house and just market it to Berkshire agents. And some people would ask, why would you do that? Well, with Berkshire, we have a large pool of buyers that can still generate activity, but maybe you don't want a bazillion people coming through your house, but you can still get great activity. So if that's an option that you want to talk about, happy to do so. And then, our new construction numbers are down a little bit. We're starting to see, spec homes, move off of that, and we're getting new builds coming in. We'll start seeing more probably pop up here. The builders that are putting spec homes in come on the market here in the next month or so, for getting ready for that spring market there. So we got 2.9 months supply of inventory. Average sold price 324, up 4%, over last year. So as we talked on, still a great time to buy and sell. So let me just jump in here and see what Russ Williams with Williams Mortgage usually jumps on us here. He sent me his reports. So basically, mortgage rates have, as we've seen over the last week or so, have kind of stayed steady. They kind of been sideways, haven't really gone up, haven't really gone down. We're just below 7%. I think when I looked yesterday, it was at 6.875 on there. So basically, inflation, inflation continues to subside and jobs remain strong. And until that inflation, is down and jobs are softened, rates are expected to stay kind of where we're at. And so I think that's kind of what the general consensus is back in October, we were sitting at, 8% interest rates. We're back down, just below 7. We dropped down to, about 6.25. It's probably about the lowest we ever got, almost to 6, at least on a conventional loan. Some of those FHAs are a little bit lower, but you're putting less money down. You're having upfront mortgage insurance. So there's pros and cons to that side of it. And so that's something that I love chatting about with my clients, the different pros and cons to conventional FHA financing. Obviously, getting in touch with a lender, they're going to be able to explain that to you as well, hopefully, and kind of give you the pros and cons in that manner. But so great opportunities out there to buy. I jump on MLS every day, kind of see what's going on, touch base with clients, and just keep a general idea of what's out there for my clients. And when I see something that pops up, I got clients that are, I have investor clients that are like, hey, if something pops up, let me know. One came up the other day, sent it out to my clients, and some say yes, some say no. But my job out there is to keep you informed of what's going on in the real estate market. So that's what I love doing. So, but anyways, want to keep it short and sweet here. So appreciate it. Once again, Mark Wehner II, Champions Real Estate Team, here for all your real estate needs. If you have questions, comments, if you need, contractors or anything like that, we have a resource, painters, plumbers, all that kind of fun stuff. So if you need anything, give us a holler. Happy to help. So numbers down here. Whoop, there it is. 672-7670. And email me, message me, anything. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe. Love to hear comments on it. And if there's any topics you want us to touch on, shoot them out there. Happy to go over anything. And if we don't know it, we'll look it up and we'll get you the right answers for you. And we'll go from there. Like yesterday, I was teaching real estate CE class with other agents. We had questions come up. And I actually called the real estate commission, talked to Samantha down there. Great resource. So I'm not afraid to talk to the powers that be to get you the right answers in that manner. So anyways, take care. Enjoy the weather.